Woo! So I can make my little joke now. Oh. I got 16 windows open, y'all. This is supposed to be, I don't know, man. Life is supposed to be easier than this or harder than this. Which one?
Both.
Tell me something.
That's the challenge.
So who's it? I don't even know who's in the room. Everybody was in the room, then they got out of the room.
Yeah, I'm in here. I don't even see myself right now.
This is the most fun beginning of a video, you guys, because you get to see the new spaceship flew out. What's flew out about? We're flying all over the galaxy, bringing in superstars. And today is Revan Rising. Whenever he gets over whatever kind of Archon fight that he's having, he's on the other side of the galaxy fighting Archons. But for right now, we have Astro Dab. Astro Dab.
What's up?
How are you?
Grand afternoon, supreme evening to you.
Whatever.
I love your energy.
I swear. Yes, I decided, my sister said, you should talk about that thing in Alabama. And I watched the videos of the thing in Alabama. They call it Alabama Melee. Did you see it?
Oh my gosh. I've been laughing. All right, I'm not gonna laugh about it, but they've been making jokes on the chair. The chair is now a celebrity now.
Jesse Owens holding the chair like the Olympics.
Yeah. Did you see the one where they have the symbol for melanated people now? The call symbol is the bat symbol.
The bat symbol. That thing is funny.
I died laughing, man. They made this. They're trying to make this a race thing. So, and most of us are like looking at it like, okay, this is not really.
No, this is Leo season. It's talking about time to fuck around and find out. I'm telling you, my printer was acting up, and that printer took some elbows.
Yeah.
That printer won't talk smack again. I'm telling you, that printer kicked that printer's butt, and I threw it right out of the front door. I was like, take this. This is the last time. I mean, I swear to God, it was saying like error, paper jam, and it wasn't. I know what it was. The warranty is up, and these little effers sit their little friends in there to say, you don't work for her anymore. Your 3 years is up. You're free. You can leave it. So
contracts.
So my printer wanted to be emancipated, so I kicked his ass right on out the door. Anyway, Then I accidentally dropped my phone, and the funny thing was, I was really thinking about it. What kind of phone am I gonna get? What's gonna be my next phone? And boom. Boom, the phone said, oh, you thinking about somebody else now? All right, yeah. I'll show you.
That's that Mercury retrograde right there. I mean, it does this, man. The energy of Mercury retrograde is insane with electronics. So if you're trying to do something with electronics, or if you have like, some people have that energy with them, they can shift energies. So them trying to use an electronics right now, especially when it goes into full retrograde, is going to be like, no go, no fly zone.
No. I saw some funny videos, and I wanted to share the funny videos with you. I'll tell you. I'll. Oh goodness, can I give this? Okay, hold on. Don't go.
There's a woman on the memes on that.
Do y'all hear me?
Some people, yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
we already introduced you. We talked about you behind your back.
We live on YouTube already?
We live. We don't have time to wait for the Archons. We don't got time for the Archon fights. We don't know when that's going to be over.
God damn, that's what I'm talking about. That kind of speed of the jet.
So this is it. I love these people because they made it. I'm going to set this whole thing up. In real time, what happened was these people.
You're stupid. That's it.
No, these people are what you call habitual offenders. The police have been called on them before. This is not nothing new for them.
Right.
So this is fuck around and find out time. You understand?
Yeah.
These people. So he goes over there. This is why he's throwing up the hat. He's like so frustrated. Now I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm not sure if I need to do everything my boss tell me because I don't know if I'm gonna put my hand on their boat. This is the problem. His boss sends him over there and he says, go on over there and do X, Y, Z. And I'm just not sure that
when the hat come off. When that hat come off, that's like Avengers Assemble over here.
That's it. So he's gonna flip the hat off. And so then the guy's over here and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But actually, the young white guy comes up, actually in real life, the young white guy that comes up there, he's a teenager and he works on the boat. And that guy turned around and punched him in the stomach in real life. So his mother definitely, we got to give credit to that fat boy because the chair action, the
dude came up from the water like Aquaman. You see that?
I mean, because they were, did you see where they came from though? They were on the boat waiting for the boat to move so they could get on the dock.
He came up from the water. That's the first time I've seen somebody like that.
Uncle Ricky, don't hurt him. Uncle Ricky. Elbow.
Every time I see somebody come out the water, like, look at that. He's swimming like Michael Phelps to that fight.
So what I'm gonna tell people is, when people are just trying to do their job, sometimes, I think people are getting spit on and things done to them.
Oh, I'm kicking ass.
You know what? You know what? I don't even, people say, I heard somebody say, I wish you would. I said, I know. I pray to God you don't. I pray to God you don't. Please. Right. Lord Jesus, please. Because here goes. I mean, let's go. That must have been in the real pit.
Now,
this is the guy. No. This is one of the guys that gets, oh my God.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Damn.
This is one of the guys. But I'm going to pause it because I want people to hear what he says about the situation. It's very important to hear what he says.
Turns out that 65-year-old man could really fucking throw. Well, turns out that 65-year-old man could really fucking throw.
Wow. You got some hands.
So he admits it.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Your old man can throw a punch, and here we are.
He fucked around and find out.
It's fuck around and find out Fridays. Is that what this is?
Right.
He's on the chart. He's on this graph. He's on that with the find out.
She did it.
10 on the find out.
Oh, I can't with it.
He found out. The man is found out. And as Eddie Murphy told you, it's going to be consequences and repercussions, right? Okay. So you got to be careful. One of my favorite memes was this one. People were coming out of portals.
Yeah, they come out of portals.
Aquaman came out of a portal. And he just, it was amazing. It was just amazing action.
Wow.
And this one, I love this one. They said, I'm going to tell my kids that this was the Boston Tea Party. That was.
I'm done. Did you see the one where it's like the Titanic or something, but it had the boat? The boat. I
did not see that one, but I did see this one. I'm going to buy an O.
Wow. Well, that's funny.
There's 3 O's missing, so I think I can solve the puzzle. I can solve the puzzle. and here is how you solve the puzzle.
Oh, wow, man.
You think twice before you make these decisions. I see some women in that video too that think that they can jump in the middle of a fight. Some people think that lady in the blue, they say she innocent. No, she said, I can't get that one. This one's my size. And she stuck her hand in the punch. She came back with 2 fists in her face. And I was like, I don't feel sorry. Because even if you see it as an innocent, as a bystander, do you want to be involved?
Man, I mean, you're going to go into a fight like that. They're going to get some punches.
Do you really want to be involved? And a lot of people, because they don't see the whole story, they're going to say it's racial. Now, there's a thing, it is called privilege, because those people live there and they just call the police on them. They like, oh, no, it's just Jimmy. We're going to let Jimmy go. Come on, just Jimmy, just act right. But guess what? Privilege comes wherever you're at, because in your mama house, your daddy might got privilege. So he could do some fucked up stuff, right? And mama just be like, all right, just get it, right? And you're like, dang, why ain't nobody do nothing, right?
Right.
In your space, but these people been having privilege. And sometimes we have some reckless ass people in our life, and they just come around shitting on your carpet and walking off like they didn't do nothing. And you let them slide, and you let them slide, and you let them slide. But guess what? Right now is Leo season. You better watch your behind, because karma is catching up. We're gonna pull a karma card in a minute. But you're gonna find out.
He got the cards.
Walk around and find out.
You keep messing with people, because even me, I'm a nice person. Come on my channel and keep shitting on my carpet. You gonna find out, okay? Because guess what? A lot of times what happens is, because you're a nice person, because you're a Christian, a Buddhist, whatever it is that you are, when people do stuff to you, they have all kinds of, latitudes and platitudes. And then when you touch them in their eye, then they like, I thought you was a Christian. I thought you was saved. I thought you was, no, I'm a person just like you, and I'm gonna stand my ground. And you know what? Stop letting people, habitual line steppers, poop on your carpet and walk around like they don't know that they just shat. Okay. I'm just tired of it, because what you're doing is making monsters, and the monsters don't get smaller. The monsters get bigger, and they infect the people around you, and they disrespect you. People, when you're a softie all the time, that's why they call you nice. Nice actually means stupid. When they say, girl, you too nice. Yeah, they're literally calling you stupid. Why? Because you're not putting up your boundaries and stop people from, doing what darn well they should not be doing. And then you're wondering why you're miserable, and they sleeping good at night, and you having all kinds of flashbacks, nightmares, night terrors, sweating. Why? Speak your truth up front. Let people know where the line is. I'm not telling you to dare them to cross it, but you know what? If people don't have severity or consequences, they won't know that they did anything wrong.
Right.
The hyenas eat all the sheep. Guess what? They starve the next winter. So there has to be consequences for your negative action.
Artillery and special forces in the building.
That's what the force, let the force be with you. And you need to, sometimes you got to, sometimes you got to use the force.
Right.
Sometimes you got to apply force.
Yes.
Under pressure. Okay. So anyway, I'll be quiet for a second. Let you guys make your jokes, but I'm just sharing. But
I feel like, man, it's time, man. So first of all, we're in the retrograde pre-shadow. So communications is going to be going up for some people, depending on your orb alignment. So, and then what made me laugh about this whole River Brawl thing was that the chair became a celebrity out of all this. Like, I just see memes of chairs. It's pretty insane with that. But it's going right along with this retrograde. And then we have other retrogrades happening at the same time, which is kind of interesting. So we have this, Mercury is a communication planet. Okay, so it's how we communicate with people. And when it's in retrograde, it makes it, everything's riddled with setbacks on communication. So fights is going to be easy. We're in the Leo season right now, energy. So people are trying to be leaders that aren't really leaders. You know what I'm saying? People are coming out of their self, and they're not necessarily doing the things necessary for themselves. They're just jumping at the bits, and then the communication breakdown.
Communication foundation, like you saying, they jumping up to be a leader, but you got to have some foundation to be a leader. You got to be grounded in what you believe. And I think this is something I'm seeing too about people who, you're jumping into spirituality. You took your little 5-day tarot card class, and now you're out here and you think you know it all, because you done learned about what to do with some candles. And then as soon as somebody writes a book or does anything, you running and jumping and you flying in the wind. Okay, all the stories I know say that you got to get yourself rooted. You got to be rooted in the foundation of your beliefs. Or else when somebody comes along, you'll be following this person, following that person, over here doing this. And then when you get cut down.
Right. Get cut down.
You don't know why. What happened?
Go back to
yourself, even in your relationships. Be rooted in who you are before you jump in a relationship. Because guess what? You don't want to be changing every time you get a partner. You're going to change for your partner. I don't want anybody who's going to try to change me. If I change, I want to change because it's me changing.
Right.
Get your mind right, y'all. Get your mind right. Get rooted.
And we got 17 people in here now.
Venus
awesome. And let's give a shout out to
Q.
Give a shout out to Q.
Q everywhere, man.
Okay, you know that Alabama people gonna be mad at you because they calling that MAGA. Please, y'all, that is nothing to do with MAGA. That has to do with people being habitual line steppers. Those people go to barbecues and fuck up. Trust me, those people, that's who they are. That's who they are. Y'all got people like that. They black too. They come in your house and you like, this nigga don't take his shoes off. He don't never wipe his feet. He don't never put his plate in the sink.
They have those people are everywhere. Like them in that
everywhere.
In that movie, Who Cloned Tyrone, they show you they purposely make those people.
They do. These are the people. You know what I tell people when they say this person is racist? I said, trust me, that person ain't only racist. They're also what? They molest people. They steal from their mama. They beat their wife. You know what I'm saying? These people who are garbage people don't just limit it to race. Garbage people are garbage people. Garbage people don't just pick on trans or gender people, whatever, for gender bias. They pick on everybody. Anybody they feel is weaker. They pick on dudes at their job. They put girls in the dumpster. They trip people. Those are the people. Remember when you used to walk on the bus and somebody tried to trip you?
Yeah.
Oh Lord, don't make me
have. You got them. You got the narcissists. You got the sociopaths. You got all of them. They're all grouped in the same.
They're all the same butthole people. And what happens is people just one by one want to be cool with the buttholes. They want to go butthole surfing, and they want to be cool and please and people please that person when all the other people could just get together and be like, you know what? No, what happens if you just be the person who doesn't fold? But anyway, this is me kind of like really going off, really going off. But that's the energy right now is I'm gonna draw this line. I dare you put your toe across there. I'm telling people, please don't. Please. Right. Because you don't want to see the pictures of what happened to my printer. You don't want to see what's going on.
The printer got it. You know, it's that Venus energy too. Like Venus is about to go into retrograde. It's actually already in retrograde. So it's in the retrograde on July 22nd.
And that's hard for a Libra because I started to see, I said, man, somebody did something. I said, you should hit them with that card. And I said, oh shit, something wrong. My energy is changing. Like but with a poor Libra without their Venus.
Yeah. It affects our love life, our finances, our personal values, our beauty. You know, it's a female psyche mind. Venus is that power planet for that. So when it's in retrograde, we question all of that. We question our value, our loved ones, our finances, like the right jobs that we're doing. We question everything that's personal that we love to us. And especially now it's in Leo because that Leo energy is all about confronting it and just being out front and taking charge of it, being ahead of everything. But, you know, the retrograde is going to end September 3rd, but there's going to be a time period where 5 planets are going to be in retrograde. It's going to test you to the core.
Chiron now is in retrograde too right now, isn't it?
Right. Yes. Yeah, it is. And so is Pluto. Pluto's in retrograde, but Pluto's like don't even consider Pluto really a planet, but it rules the social reform. I mean, it ushers us into the new age, you know what I mean? So
with social reform being in retrograde, this kind of would make sense that it would be, you know, a time of racial tension, wouldn't it be?
Yes, and it would make sense
sexual revolution has stopped, and it's like, wait a minute, everybody's tripping. We're not progressing.
Right.
You know, the people that aren't awake, that aren't paying attention to what's going on, they're still stuck to these old values and old traditions.
And they're slowing the timeline down.
Oh, all right. I see you. Got Thor on in the background. I see you. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You slow the
They
timeline down.
crashed my computer. See,
Oh,
they crashed my
Oh
computer.
wow! See, I
What about
told
that?
you. They trying to take him through another black hole.
Right.
I told you about
See,
messing
look.
around with all them black holes. Now you gonna get sucked in and you ain't gonna get back out. But anyway,
Saturday too. You know what I mean? That's all that.
we're gonna say hi to Alexis with Ascension Diaries, Sandra,
Hey, Alexis.
Max, Josh,
Blessings to all of them.
Jonathan, Sandra, Shafiqua. Oh my gosh, Nikki, our admin on there. She's ready to slay. All right. So let's just keep going with these energies. So that was just something that was happening in America, right? I'm not really sure about all the other news. I've been seeing a lot of people get slapped. Like this one man, he tried to tell somebody the difference between a black person and an N-word, and then the man said, it sounded like somebody had got a spanking. Like I said, didn't I tell you not to say that? I was like, I never seen nobody an adult get slapped like that. No, Jermaine. What's the it was like
it sounded like somebody
beat his ass.
He beat his ass. He said the difference between an N, and then he was like,
Shut your mouth.
It sounded like my granddaddy. Oh Lord, I was like, wow.
Shut your mouth.
I think my granddaddy been here. I was like, wow.
Give me the strength out here.
But I think too, like a lot of people pick on people because they think that no one's gonna do anything, and they think the person
right.
Wrong.
I know, right? They fuck around and find out.
I've seen a small girl get dumped, a small girl, and I'm not like big on fight videos. I'm telling you, this Venus is in retrograde, and I've been watching fight videos. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on with me? But this little girl, she was little. And it was like a girlfriend boyfriend situation. And it was this tall beast of a woman. And she thought she was just going to go over there. And I don't know why you big and you want to hit a small person. But that little girl did a little move. Woo, woo. She was like Bruce Lee. The best way not to get hit is not to be there. She made a little move to the left, move to the right, grabbed that girl by the hair. She walked her like a dog in the park. It was ridiculous. Wow. It was ridiculous. And I was like, wow.
Careful, man. There's some skilled fighters out here. I mean, there's some people that got some black belt. Secret black
judge people. I know a lot. When I was in school, a lot of people used to pick on white girls because they would be like, "Oh, she white, she can't fight."
Right?
Everybody sitting over there.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
They on the park. You up to 7. You up to 7. So, anything else you want to say about the energies right now?
Yeah. So
look forward to.
Yeah, so look forward to, so Mercury retrograde right now is all about just staying set back on your communication. But to some people, it won't affect them as much because they just have a high orb alignment in their chart. So if they have an alignment in like a 20+ degree orb range and they're talking to spirit, as long as they are, like you said, as long as they're one with their self, communication breakdowns won't happen because they talk straight to source. They're getting their information straight from the universal energies, that crystal consciousness, and they won't have to rely on other people in communication to trip up theirs. Now they might have to rely on the next person that's talking to them or how they're receiving the communication. But as far as guiding them and everything, as long as they're strong from within and they go from within on that, they're not going to have any problems. But it's the people that aren't spiritually connected right now. They're not grounded. They haven't found that foundation. They're going to be having setbacks in communication, how they're hearing things, just like how that fight head up. The one dude probably thought the other guy called him the N-word or something, or said it, and then you know what I mean. It could have been like, and he probably never even said it, and like you know what I mean. And that's the start of like a Mercury retrograde kind of slip up in communication. It's like you'll start hearing stuff. You'll start like make believing in your mind that you're hearing stuff. Not only that, our electronics start acting wonky. So that ends, it's not that long. It ends on the 15th. So it's only going to be for not even a month, this retrograde.
If you can stay inside, do what you can.
That's where the portal the port alignment with harmonic universe 2 is the barrier gets weakened. So any ship jumping to higher densities, anyone jumping through the universe using it as a Stargate, is you got to only use less energy now. Lesser energy.
That energy
It is on the 15th. It starts on the 12th.
Okay. See,
it's
that
interesting because it's the way I've caught myself before reading a text message and then was like on fire. Thumbs moving, and then you read the message again. You're like, "Oh shit!" It say that like
your phone will freeze up, and you're like,
your whole body just hot. Like, ooh.
Yeah, I feel you. My phone was overheating before I came on here. It was just like, it does, like, your electronics are gonna go wonky, and it's not you. You just pay attention to how you're doing it. And sometimes if it's for some people, like if they have a high orb alignment, let's say they have all air in their chart and they're like a master transmuter, they can push energy around. And one of them people, don't get on electronics till Mercury retrograde. Like, don't try to get away from it as much as you can, because your energy can actually go into your electronics and even make more mishaps because you're that powerful. You know what I mean? There's some people who energetically can put their energy and whatever they're thinking of into whatever they're touching. So, and that does have an influence on power and energy levels too.
I put 3 cards, and one of them was the Mesoamerican Mayan, right? Just take note of this. The next one was Egypt.
Interesting.
Very interesting for several reasons. And the next one is Lemuria, which is still looking a bit like a pyramid, isn't it?
Right. That's all interesting.
And so these cards, they're talking about being a priestess, being in servitude, being a slave. And it's talking a lot about these vows and oaths that you take is what is coming to me. That you've in the past taken vows of silence. It's time to stop and let that go. It's time to break that vow of silence. It's time to release yourself from those contracts. You are no longer a slave. Release yourself from servitude and service to others is in an imbalanced way where you're working for free. But service to others has to be for free. You can still receive. You can exchange. But then also sometimes we take so vows of silence, vows of celibacy. We've taken oaths not to be married. So you're wondering why you're having poverty. You're wondering why you can't find the person you're supposed to be with. You're wondering why you feel unheard and you're being looked over, because it's time to look at releasing yourself from these past oaths. No more vow of poverty, no more vow of silence, no more vow of chastity. It's okay for you to enjoy your sex life. And it's okay for you to find a partner that you love. Some people used to go around saying like, oh, I'm married to my job and I'm married to my church and I'm married to my career, and then wonder why they're alone. So there are these things that we say, and we have to break these contracts. Even telling someone in your past, in this lifetime, I'm always going to love you. I'll love you forever. You're the only person for me. Like, we've said some things, and it's time for you to course correct, because if you're not with that person anymore and you're wondering why you're alone, it's because you've made these new contracts and vows. It's very serious. People
vows to other timelines, possibilities.
Other timelines, because in some religions, you're married. When you take your wedding oath, you have 7 lifetimes. That oath lasts 7 lifetimes. Can you imagine living 7 lifetimes alone because you made that oath and you never do find that person again? So it's good for you to go to learn more about that. And that's the message that I'm getting from the karma. So you don't got to be quiet. Open your mouth and speak. Open up that throat chakra. Work on that,
Right. And it's interesting because Neptune is in retrograde right now until December 3rd. Neptune's all about the ideas and dreams that you have. And it's time to sit back and reflect on those dreams and revise your creativity to get out of these funks that you're in. And then when Neptune and Uranus are both in retrograde, it creates these kind of habits, because Uranus is all about what you were saying, ushering that rebellious, free-spirited energy and it's going to cause shakeups. And that's going to start on the 24th. So
I'm going to go ahead and answer this question because it's a fool on here. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this because you are a fool. What I'm telling you is when you harass people,
let me deal with them.
Be surprised if you get clocked.
Don't hurt them.
It's a thing called instant karma. And I know that I give people instant karma. I'm here as a Libra to balance the scales. I don't have to attack people to give them instant karma. I actually ask God to please have mercy on people because you get karma from the things that you do. But if somebody spits on you, honey, we're talking about people spitting on people and physically hurting people. Don't be surprised. If a man is abusing a woman, don't be surprised if she clocks you, So don't be ignorant with me and play with me on my chat. Do not be a fool with me, okay? Be a human adult person who knows human situations. What we're talking about is people dealing with injustice. And if you want to walk around kick up
I don't even know what you're talking about
like a can, then you go do that. We don't do this here and we don't advocate it, okay? So you take the foolishness away from here and do not play with me, okay?
Who are you attacking?
Well, there's some people that are out here institutionalized doing this. So
who are you attacking?
Justice like this, instead of actually
who are you attacking?
They're adding fuel to that fire, you know? Then that's their job.
Yeah. You take care of yourself and you need to take care of others. I'm not here to be crucified. I am not taking that oath in this lifetime to be crucified. That's why a lot of people really are afraid of religion right now, because in the past, they have given their life and been set on fire or burnt at the stake or things been done to people. That's why they are stuck, trapped, afraid to use their voice, and they're afraid of anything spiritual because they've been abused. So let's cut the nonsense. Don't play with me, okay?
Right. I like the way you said that. I like the way you say that. Quick sight to the point, jab to the neck, jab to the throat.
Don't be a fool with me.
Out of here.
We can say it's about love, but any other galactic news that you wanted to share? Jermaine is so busy off fighting.
Jermaine fighting the Archons. He's fighting
the Archons that he's not going to be able to tell us the galactic news.
He got Thorhan in here, though. Thorhan's in the background, so I guess he's I don't know where he at. Did he disappear? Oh, he disappeared again. Oh. Yeah, I mean, galactically right now, there's a lot of stuff happening. I mean, I'll tell you this. There's a lot. I do a show on my TikTok every night now, and we do an analysis on different beings in the sky. And I tell you, man, there are people waking up in droves right now seeing this stuff. And there's people that have been seeing this stuff for years that are now even getting more enhanced. And I believe it's like a self-mastery thing where if your DNA was activated or you had some kind of intuitive ability because of your alignments and everything being born, right now you are being called upon to step up to the plate and take back your power to help be of service to humanity, more or less than not. So everybody who's consciously awake, be the black sheep of your family, if you are just in the know right now, galactically, you already are at an advantage to help humanity because you know a lot more than the people who are still in the matrix, so to speak. So that's that service but you have to help yourself first before you can help everybody else. You got to go from within to kind of project outwards. And that's the very interesting part, because you have everybody coming from all these different directions and walks of life, now all merging onto a similar timeline. And it's kind of fascinating to see, because there's some people I didn't even think were going to make it out of this situation. And now they're all coming together.
Yeah. And it is a time, right? I've said this in the past and I'm going to keep saying it. It's that sometimes we look at people and you're like, oh, they're asleep, and you think they don't know. But do not be surprised. Don't count anybody out, because they will surpass you. They might be the one to surpass you.
Right. And a lot of people don't like to talk about these taboo topics. That's why a lot of people don't talk about it. But, it's like, because a lot of us are coming from families that aren't necessarily awake or consciously on the level that we're at. So a lot of us are struggling to be able just to communicate with each other on topics like that. And then and the information they do know, they got to kind of keep inside. But that's the thing about the universe is working out is people are finding these soul families, these soul tribes. They're running into people of high vibrational frequency, be able to share this knowledge. People are finding each other, and it's turning into these timelines are converging all at once. So you have people coming from all different walks of life, different races, creeds, colors, and we're all kind of walking to one beat right now. And we're all finding out we're more related than we think we are, even in the galactic sense. The soul presence remembers a lot of things. And when you have a remembrance of that, it's remarkable. Like there's some people that you probably have never met in your life, but get you more than your family does. You know what I mean? First time you meet them.
It's totally true too. And to say that some people aren't awake, but the biggest lesson that this all awakening thing that we have to do, what besides grounding and be connected to the source, right? But then there is train your heart to think with your mind. I mean, to train your mind to think with your heart.
Right.
So,
wrong.
Devin, I met him last year when we were all in Orlando, and we had a beautiful talk one day, and he was like, you have to remember to train your mind to think with your heart. I went around the world to Egypt and met someone, and as they were speaking, they were like not aware of anything, like they don't do tarot, they don't do meditation, they don't do any of that. But the main thing that surprised me is that he said, oh, I think with my heart. I use my heart in all situations. And I saw the person like being so giving and so much literally maybe needing to invoke some boundaries of his own, but still the person, I was just enthused because of the way that he was thinking, that sometimes we think because we have all this knowledge that that's what makes us special, but it's the heart. So when you look at that story about the Pharisees and Sadducees, it's not that they weren't doing and they had the culture, they had the traditions, they had the right clothes, and they were doing the right thing, but they didn't do it with the heart of love. They were just showing off. And I feel like in when it comes to spirituality and even in like spirituality / disclosure type community, people are building new churches.
Right.
And it's basically showing off, with these skill sets, but still with this huge level of arrogance, thinking that because you know how to do this thing, that's what makes you unique, special, and good.
That's why the ego death is important.
Right.
The ego death is really important. To humble yourself and to use your talents for good, not to use it just to show off or have views and likes and be accepted. Know that you're being accepted without even having to do anything, because you are a sovereign person, sovereign being a source, and nobody's above or below you. So that's how you should come in.
And no, I don't think people should go waving wands and being Harry Potter, because I overheard a situation and the person was plotting their revenge on somebody. There's a difference between plotting revenge and standing your ground and invoking boundaries. It's a huge difference to me, because I don't try to do things out of malice to people. But I do invoke my boundaries to protect myself. And, I don't know. I'm not going to let anybody punch me in my eye. I'm not going to let anybody punch me in my eye. So that's basically my bottom line. Nobody, hey.
Well, yeah, if physical harm comes to you, and then they got too close, they got past your boundaries, and you got to protect yourself. I mean, you have to protect yourself, because you are your only self. If you let yourself get punched in the eye and beat up, and you had a chance to defend yourself, at least so that way they can stop punching you, then, I mean, that's up to you. It's free will. But if you want to keep kicking, getting punched in the face, then you're going to keep getting punched in the face.
It's not your job to be here and be abused.
No.
You say that if you can do this in an individual level, right? You could think about what we're talking about with the way institutions run, with sexual assault or abuse, or with, working in places where there is racism or intolerance of some sort, do you just keep taking it, or do you say, or do people have to get together? This is it. We have to do it on an individual basis. We have to do it on a group basis too, as well, on a collective basis.
Every level.
We're not sitting around here wishing people evil.
Right.
We don't wish people evil, because I really don't wish things on people.
You don't want that karma. You don't want that karma.
And I honestly think about that if before I open my mouth to speak something about people, I think about the consequences of that mirror.
That's also your alignment too. You have a unique alignment in seeing timelines. So, in your
in the Healy. I forget the name of that word, but then there's also too. So, like, I will say this: when I first went to Egypt and I was doing my meditations this time, I was saying that, God or source lift me up, and I was asking for help, lift me up above my enemies so that I don't have to fight. This is interesting because we're talking about this fight, because I think I did say people should mind their business, and they shouldn't even, these things won't have to escalate, right? Don't touch people's stuff. Don't do these things. So I was saying, I don't want to fight. But then I also as I've got further along in my meditations, I began to say, lift me up, to help me feel safe, but that I don't have to fight, that every person that works against me really works for me, for my good, that I have no enemies.
Right. That's how you, that's how you should always go into it.
And
you should always go into it like that.
Even in these recent situations, anything you do for me, I've already declared it. It works in my favor. It's the way that I view it now. The way that I view things has changed, where I'm like, yeah, my face is going to get hot. I'm going to get heated, and I might get loud, but the trigger is there. But then in the long run, I'm looking at all the ways how it benefits me.
Right. And it's a learning growth thing too. It's give and take. Karma is all about give and take. I mean, we have to learn how to get past of our triggers right now. So a lot of people get triggered off a lot of things, and it's a growth period for us to have to learn, okay, I know I'm above this now. I already declared my sovereignty, my safety, my protection, but I know this might trigger me, but I know the outcome of this. I know that's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going to trigger me to a point, but not to that galactic level that used to be where you live. Because I remember, because I remember a time when I'd be like, where you at?
Right.
Let's pull up.
You go like, where you at right now? Oh, no. We don't got to talk on the phone. Where you at? Like, a lot of people are being triggered to their core too, with this Leo energy right now. They're being triggered.
I knew it. I was like, oh, even though, I was telling my sister the other day too, that if we had known this,
I'm finally back.
When we were young, if we had known this when we were young, this would have saved us so much trouble. We could have been like understanding our boss and being like, this person's birthday is such and such, and they're full moon.
I missed half the life.
We know you did, boo.
We know you Thorhan over there or something, man. Shoot.
Well, if you just go through another one of those portals, then you'll come back and you'll be back on the right side of the equation. So you go right through a portal and
the right side of the equation.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
E squared. That's what I'm talking about. So
you look like you're going in the portal.
Well, we were basically stalling so you could do your galactic news. I don't know what you wanted to get.
Oh, okay. So the timeline is speeding up now. You hear me?
Yeah.
Timeline speeding up.
You hear what I'm telling you? No,
So I think the conscious war is responsible for some of the speed up of the timeline, because I got evidence of it. But so the David Grush is a part of the Q plan of the Federation U.S. Navy Earth Alliance, which is Earth Alliance also part of the Federation because they married each other back in 2017. So Solar Wharton and the Navy becomes subject to the laws of the Federation Society. So that's what y'all gotta understand. So we are fast speeding through disclosure. We are moving fast through disclosure. That's what you gotta understand. So
Do people care? I mean,
it doesn't matter if they don't care.
No, I'm not trying to
matter.
be funny, but I'm asking, are
Yeah.
people flipping out? Because I have had some friends,
Shit.
one of my friends, and she
Yeah.
saw a video of an alien walking through the store. I said, I'm gonna tell you this now, Jermaine, this is very strange to me. I don't think aliens would come hang out and walk hand in hand with people and go to the store and get an I Love New York t-shirt. They don't need t-shirts, y'all. They're not gonna be walking in the store and somebody has to put a blanket on. They're not gonna have people putting blankets on them and walking them through, you know, the mall or Walmart. That's crazy. So somebody made that video of the alien saying that, oh, they came and they were in the store, I guess because of the thing in Peru, and it's to the point, especially with the AI art, you can make AI videos making it look like these aliens, and people like are really at this point where they don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
So with the AI,
you're right. They don't know what to believe anymore
have,
because the whole system they've been stuck on is a lie.
Yeah. But what do you think about this AI art?
I'm delayed.
Yeah,
I'm delayed. Oh, so when the tall shift to fifth density, the third density is going to collapse. Fourth density is going to be flush. I mean, fourth density negative will be flush of the archon presence, and we're gonna have a clean the toilets, the pipes. Clean your pipes of the universe.
What do you mean by
when we shift it?
flush? What do you mean by flush?
Ain't gonna be no negative astral realm anymore. The bottom level going to be fourth density. Yeah, it's gonna be gone, and what's gonna be left for the base of the universe when the changeover is finished is fourth density power. It'll be no third density, just gonna be fourth density power. So we all gonna be Jedi. And possibly soul people.
A part of theta is we learn the different realms where different entities hang out. And this is very important that you said that, because you said the fourth realm, we usually call it like we say the fifth. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's just people have a different diagram to explain where different entities hang out. And so on the seventh plane for us, as we learned on the seventh plane, that source is at the top. And when you want to talk, because a lot of people want to channel and a lot of people are talking to entities and it's like, oh, I'm talking to Saint Germain, whatever. But you have to go to the source first.
Hold on, let me comment to that.
Well, let me finish because I'm commenting to your comment. How you gonna comment to my comment? I'm commenting to
because there's extra information I already have on it.
Okay, but you go to the source first to force that.
12 density. 12 density is source.
How do you say?
12 density is source, not 7. That's 7. You still in the physical. You're how many verse 1? 12 density is.
I just told you it's two different kinds of diagrams. They broke it into planes. Where you're talking about
that's the third density one. Harmonic universe 1.
Densities and planes are two different things. What I'm
saying is, universe 1.
In any case, you have to go to the source first, and you ask
that's 12.
To reveal itself, the true entity, because you can be fooled. So as people are dealing with different entities and they want to, make these connections, contact source. Ask for clarity so that you know that you're dealing with who and what you think you should be or desire to. So
look, tomorrow, the 12th, it's going to be a critical alignment with Harmonic Universe 1 and Harmonic Universe 2. Harmonic Universe 2 is 4th, 5th, and 6th density. They're all in harmony. 4th,
you're all cut out, but I'm gonna say what Lyndall and they say what you focus on is what you get out of life, and it's true.
Right.
And that's why I say I
Fifth
don't
and sixth days
anymore
all in
say
harmony
I
with it.
wish somebody would. I don't wish any negative stuff. I say I hope. I pray. Please don't. I hope. I don't. I hope nobody does.
You don't want to find out in somebody's spiritual.
I don't even want to find out. Some things I don't even let my mind go there.
You don't fuck around and find out. You don't want to. You want it to go smoothly. You know what I mean? Because if you find out, you're gonna find out. Karma gonna come back at you.
I don't want to find out in the hospital, and both of us in the hospital.
They knocked me out of They knocked me out of Zoom.
You've been gone for quite some time. You just don't know.
I just left. What the hell you talking about? They knocked me out.
No, you've been gone for a while. We've been just talking.
Yeah,
You've been gone
I'm
for
losing
a while.
my perception of time because I'm high as shit.
Oh,
Lord. Oh, Lord. The Archon's putting you in another dimension over here, Jermaine.
Got 21 people watching.
It seems like you're in another dimension. I will say this, that like people don't understand right now that like, you know, there's a lot of people that are working on their own self that have the abilities to really show somebody and find out. And those people are working on their self. So like if they're at a point to where they used to do that and serve justice to people and they're taking the high road, and it shows you a great how humanity's changing and how we are going from within to find out these things and letting the universe deal with it. We're not having to deal with the karma. Now, there are some people that feel like they have to.
This is why, too, another thing that I've added to what I've said, I've got this from my teacher, Magical Michelle, is I want to learn my lessons with grace and ease.
Right.
I want to learn my lessons with grace and ease. And the whole point of this, the reason I don't show the actual incident versus I'm happy that people of different races actually came together to make the mock video to show movement of the actual opposite, that people are not don't have to be divided by color, because they got together making fun of that incident. And that was a different group of people that we really don't have to live like this. We really don't have to live in
fear
and fear, but then we don't have to live in what our current president said was, you ain't black if you do this, and you ain't black if you do that. You're gonna paint
you vote for me, you ain't black.
You're gonna tell somebody how do you tell somebody what it means to be black? And I've always been offended by it, because you're putting somebody in a box of crayons and giving them a definition of who they are, to the point where even as black people, they say, well, you act white, or you acting black, or or they'll tell a white person that why you trying to be black? They just trying to be, right? People are just trying to be who they are. If they got braids, dreads, whatever kind of music they like, people are just trying to live, and they can't just be when other people are trying to give them a label of what it means to be this thing. We are so marketed to in who we are. Do not let someone market to you your definition of your existence, even as a spiritual person.
Right. You are your own being. You are your own person. There's no box that can conform to you, because that's who you are. So we need to stop letting people put us in a box and try to tell us what we are. Just like in astrology, they try to say that all the astrology, all the different signs are by this category. That's a fallacy, okay? Because we're all unique and different. There's some people that have signs that don't even correlate to what their sign is, because their whole chart's different.
Oh, I've tangled with two Capricorns that are completely different. One completely open, honest, affectionate, and emotional. The other one completely withdrawn, silent. And so, no, these things are like markers to talk about your triggers and your, things that you're going to struggle with, things that you overcome. But some people have already done the work to overcome it. I think you should use your astrology to figure out more of why you behave the way that you behave, so that you can correct your shadows or your challenges. Because this is kind of the thing with Osiris, like going through the different gates. You're born different sexes. You've been a man, you've been a woman, you've been Asian, you've been black and white, you've been a slave, you've been a slave owner, you've been royalty, you've been a pauper, because you're learning how to go through the levels of this existence and and overcome these different challenges and actually make an effect on the generation as you go through it. You're here to heal wounds that if your family did own slaves, that you came out this way so that you can heal the bloodline to remove the debt and karma of that person that owned slaves. If you were a person, you're here to heal the bloodlines. So you're thinking about your past sins and the sins of others, that you're here to heal it. What are people doing? Have you been noticing anything new as far as like people's meditations or prayers or healings or just different things that they're doing to help work on their family and maybe work on themselves? Have you been hearing anything?
Yeah, new spiritual hygiene. People are open to trying new things now. They're getting into these new philosophies, and a lot of people are going back to homeopathic medicines, crystal healing, just new age ways that are actually not new age at all. They've been doing this for years, but this is just like information that they completely read off the history books, and they're connecting back to the ground. They're connecting back to the land, back to their self. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of the information they seek is from within. So once you do go back within, you'll start having these epiphanies of things that you probably used to do in previous lives. You know, a lot of people are gardening. They're connecting back to the earth, meditating outside, getting connected back to nature. And that's where I think we're heading right now. We're headed at a point to where people are going back to the land, man, going back to the being sovereign and free and being able to connect back to this earth, because this earth has got a lot to give for us. We just have to listen. And we haven't been listening for a long time. So these spiritual practices aren't new, but they are being reborn, so to speak. And it's time for people to listen and hear it. Because like as much as we are connected to the religion, which I don't knock religion, but it's a form of control, even though there are some tidbits that are actually factual that we're living through. The control factor is so just crazy. Just like some people are just so stuck on that they won't move forward and stuff that they see right in front of their own eyes, even if it's shown right in front of them. So we have to kind of connect back to ourselves, get back to the earth. And these new age practices are showing people that you don't need these big companies, you don't need these big mega churches to do the things that you want to do in this reality. You are your own manifester. You control your own destiny. You just have to know that.
And because you hit the thing of homeopathics, something was brought to my attention because I noticed some people that I know were taking a lot of over-the-counter antihistamines and things like that. Not really thinking that these antihistamines, those have it has the chemicals in there that can affect your brains, but then it also has magnets in it, just like TYL, you know the rest, and acetaminophen. There's these magnets in it that regroup. That's how they do time release inside medication. But the fact that they were using so much antihistamines, someone brought up the fact that this is where the ingredients that you use to make crystal meth, right?
To make an antihistamine? Oh yeah, I mean it's yeah.
So you're into like a lot of cough medicines and certain pills and so then you're kind of wondering why you have these strange feelings. I don't know how anybody can focus, because for me, a lot of the medicines that they have, I don't really recover from. Like one Benadryl, I can be out of it for 48 to 72 hours. They affect me so strongly that I've never been able to really deal with them. Or certain medicines that I was given for chronic pain that I haven't been able to deal with them, but I know that they will affect me, my consciousness and my thinking. Honestly, since the last time we've talked, you might not know, they sent me to get an MRI. And because I felt my auric field was so balanced, and I was starting to have more dreams and more visions and things. I was scared to get in the MRI machine. I right before I was fully ready, changed clothes and everything. And I thought, I just had this warning, like, no, don't do it. And I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I got all in the machine and I had freaked out before, and I freaked out and I just left.
Oh, wow.
Let me say something. Since I've been missing half, but most of this battle in the conscious war.
Yeah.
So, if you got an MRI where the energy is coming from higher density, all they're doing is healing your Merkaba field, which is your auric field. And if you add more geometric sound vibrating structure to your Merkaba field, like they was talking about in that Crystal video with Dan Willis and Elena, then you can reach higher densities. The more structure you add to your Merkaba, the higher the densities you can reach.
So you're saying that the MRI would not
can become used for if you pull into free energy. If it become a free energy device, it will pull from higher densities.
So what it would be is me changing my focus while I'm in the machine and changing my focus
like a baby.
Yeah, so I could program myself to absorb what I
transmission.
Yeah. Okay, I know I can do that. I can
do that. It's changing your mindset, basically. Your mindset, because you have the ability
22 people in here
to transmute, take energy. So if your mindset is to go and do that and protect yourself, when you in there and you're thinking that and you say some affirmations that you know it's gonna affirm that, then I mean it's gonna do what it's gonna do, baby. It's gonna work. You're not gonna have to.
This is mind-blowing to me because it's like I know this because we worry about our food and we worry about our water, but that's why we speak over the food and over the water, right? No matter who hit, no matter what conditions the food came from, that we receive nutrition because the food comes from source. So now we can actually ask for this in our medical procedures as well. Wow. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that because it totally changed my outlook. You know, the funny thing was when I went in that room, it was like a brand new room in the hospital. Like they had just built the hospital. And the whole room was like white with these soft white lights. And I think I heard the story from Beth Noyes about how it was when she was taken up in the ship. And I think it freaked me out because the image was just like that, you know? So I was like, no, sorry. Yeah, I drove an hour, but I gotta go. So maybe just so I could even tell this story and you could help somebody just right now just to do this. It's amazing. So
oh man, it's always amazing, man. This is a grand time right now. We're able to change our mindset.
I agree with everything you're saying, Erika.
So any new technology that we need to be aware of right now?
The main jumping timeline portals right now.
Doing timeline, skidding down the timeline routes like this.
I know you might be going Thorhan messing with you. He's like, come on, Jermaine, let's go.
Yeah, I got his energy behind me. But look, so the timeline shifted so goddamn fast that you got to make decisions and adapt fast to new changes because you about to go crash into a wall where you was at. But look, if you could you can make any device a free energy device, which means you don't use AC current, you just use direct current. It will pull energy from the vacuum. But you also go use AC current one, but it's gonna be harder because you got to get the right resonance frequency in the electromagnetic wave. Y'all understand? No. And I'm playing Andor music in my ears.
Oh God.
You're like, okay, how's that work?
Okay, Andor.
That's the Ryan Black lead.
I'm slow, y'all. I know I understand energy and metaphysics. I don't understand technology dynamics as much.
Yeah. I'm still trying to kind of grasp it. I know that we have the ability to do stuff like that, though. So, I mean, everything is energy. Energy is everything. So, you put that thought process into it.
And so, the year right now is 2023. It's almost time for an election. I want to talk too much about politics, but someone said there's no way that Biden could be president again.
Not president ever. He never
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, you go look at the. Somebody said go
Look at the cute stuff.
seals and symbols, and go look at when Biden goes and talks. That's all I'm going to say. And then when you look at when President Trump was talking, when he has his seal, those seals are there's official seals, okay, that are like presidential. Like they have to use them every time the president speaks, every time he comes on a national broadcast or anything. And go look at the seals and what Biden's on, and go look at the seals when Trump was president, and you'll see.
So how far is this gonna go though? Because someone said, "Oh, there's no
When
way."
the disclosure community, when the Orion Batley making their entrance, this
Are
timeline
they
going to be
gonna do
ours.
it before the next election?
We are the Black League. It's
Okay,
us.
but
We got to do it.
Happen before? Are we gonna have another?
No, I can't read timelines. Okay.
But I want to know: are we gonna have another election? Like, what do you guys feel? Because someone
That
said
don't matter. We about to join the federation. We about to join the Federation Society. How is that gonna matter? They're gonna be electing on other worlds in the galaxy. Who the fuck ran on Earth? I mean, on United States. That makes no sense.
I don't feel like we're gonna have an election. I feel like it's gonna be like surprise. I've been, been president the whole time. This is gonna be like, okay, we're gonna pick up where we left off, and they're gonna decertify that old election. Because if you go look at, I saw some video the other day. They didn't even have Biden listed as a president. They're like, yeah, the whole of presidents. Everybody has their portrait. He only got a picture. It's like a silhouette from a video game.
Right.
This picture is up in the VA hospital, though. That was weird. It was weird to go inside the VA and see that. It was just creepy.
And it was like you didn't unlock Biden yet as a president. So I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Well, someone asked. They were showing their ears to ask, "Is he a clone?" And I said, why would you clone him when they've already? I said, no, they're gonna blame it on those surgeries. The surgeries to pull the skin back.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, but if he's already like a scarecrow, why would you go through the trouble of cloning him? Because he's had so many brain surgeries. All they got to do is go in there and I don't know. It might be on digital. Like I don't know. You're maybe too young to remember. They had a show called Small Wonder with this little robot alien girl. She was like an alien, but she was like a robot.
I remember that.
Project the TV and do all this stuff, and I was like, well, he's basically like that, like with a little empty head.
We also got great actors too. We got a lot of Academy Award-winning actors that just disappeared, fell off the map. Where'd they go? Where are all these great actors at?
Oh, you mean like Kevin Savage?
Yeah, him. We got
Kevin Savage on Family Guy. He was playing all the parts.
Mm-hmm. Got him.
Playing the part of Rush Limbaugh one time.
There's a guy I seen a video of that messed up and said that he plays Biden. Yeah, and he's like an 87-year-old man, and if you go look at him, he looks like Biden, like without his makeup on. I'll have to find the clip. I'll find it.
I'm trying to understand what Jermaine is going through.
To the bleach the Hellverse music track.
I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for the news.
I've been telling you the news. The timeline's speeding up in crazy ways. We shifting routes like we doing in fucking Fast and Furious.
Oh my God.
And we hitting nitroglycerin sometimes.
So you're saying
I thought you were lagging or something.
No, and so yesterday you were talking about finding ways to be happy and so on. And
yeah, you gotta find something to make you feel good, like I'm doing. Listen to my bleach music.
Okay, well that's the update, y'all. Is we don't know. Like
I love it.
He's lost me. He's supernova, but at this point, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Trying to find ways to keep your cool, avoiding conflict, finding ways to be grateful. Even after he said that yesterday, last night I was like, this blanket is the best feeling blanket, and I was like falling asleep thanking the creator for my life, for my existence, for my son, for my cat, for the blanket, and just thinking about all the past pain that I've been through, that nothing is like the pain of the past, that life has gotten so much better. but just sitting in gratitude. And so that's what I did last night as I fell asleep. And I was just like in tears and fell asleep out of gratitude or whatever. Even for myself, though, we've each dedicated ourselves for a mission. Like some people are still trying to find their mission or their goals, but I've personally like dedicated myself to my goals and my missions. I focus on working on those. I really don't watch the news, and that's why I kind of rely on other people sometimes. But you know, when that fight video slipped in, I was like, this one is good. I got to talk about this one. This was interesting. But for the most part, that's basically how I'm spending my time, is trying to plan this life, because it's not as if we are going to disappear and or evaporate, you know, like things aren't just, I think, like he said, that fourth density where negative our AI beings will disappear, but you still have to have a mission, because we have still a lot of work to do, putting our hands to the plow and getting on track with being ready for our full contact for our future jobs and our future planet. So all the more better to be working on ourselves right now so that we are fully equipped and capable for all good work. What is it that you have coming up? Anything, Dab, that you're working on?
Well, I'm working on, I do a lot, as you know, I do galactic readings, and I'm actually in the process of getting, moving into a new place, getting some kind of side thing going on until this kicks off, because for me, it's like, you know, I'm spiritually in tune, but like, you know, just waiting the time period, because everybody wants to know, when is this deadline? When is this thing going to kick off? And what voice keeps going in my head is, keep yourself busy, keep yourself, your mind mentally ready to go. You know the ending of the story, so don't get caught up in all the glitz and glamour and everything that's happening, and just keep yourself busy. So I'm right now, I've been doing a lot of readings for people. I also do my TikTok videos. As you see, they're getting more intense and more crazy with the beings coming in. I'm communicating with them on a larger scale now, and they've been coming to me every night. So that's a whole nother thing in itself. But, I'm now doing analysis on these beings, and I'm also doing galactic readings for people to help find who they are in their galactic alignment, because everything that they took in this incarnation is divine by source. So your abilities are written in the stars for you since you took this incarnation. And people have to realize that. And sometimes they take that for granted. And some people have these special abilities and they don't even know that that's their birth ability, that's their gift. And they misuse it. And, you know, I help people identify those things, but they misuse these abilities, and they've been doing these things for years and didn't know that this is a gift that they have, and this is something that they have to kind of use for service of humanity, not for themselves. And as I'm doing these readings, I'm discovering that more and more people are different and really unique. So everybody I'm reading, since there hasn't been a person with a similar alignment, but if they are similar, they're all unique. And everybody has a special gift and something to bring to the table. And a lot of people just don't know or don't realize that that's their gift. And once they do, and they can kind of hone in on that, that's like a self-mastery thing. Things unlock for you. You start creating things in your masterpiece and doing other things now that you know that you have the power.
So true. So true. I think that's just it. A lot of people have a unique talent, and sometimes they just need someone who can see and show them where to go. Jax.
Jermaine's in the waiting room right now. He said
Jax is she asked about your readings. Maybe Jax, you can actually check him out. He's in the Women of the Stars Telegram group. So Dab has been in there like since
I've been in there for a while.
He doesn't say anything, but you know, he's in there.
I told her, Jermaine. He said they kicked him out again. Jermaine tried to get back in.
So yeah, I mean, he's the background dancer, like the solid gold dancer.
Yeah, I don't know.
They just want to silence me.
So
there you
solid gold dancer in the back.
Oh my goodness.
It's almost it's almost 2 years for the Consciousness War.
Yep.
When is that birthday?
September 21st.
September 21st. So you guys have been rocking and rolling.
So you gotta get me another cake that don't have grays on it, because the Ryan Empire and the Queen is gone in the galaxy. You gotta update that cake for the 2nd anniversary. Yep.
I gotta get the cake.
That cake was amazing. I saw you put that together in like 2 days.
Yeah, that was amazing. She let the girl know where I'm staying. I ain't want the FBI know the fuck I stay at. The fuck is wrong?
What we gonna do? We're gonna do another anniversary show. I really missed that. That was
your position was compromised in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't end up with a cake with grays on it. So
whatever, that's what it was.
That's what they were, but they were green.
It's 6 different gray species.
Oh, okay. I don't know. She didn't know. Yeah, so
there should be some Lyrans up there or something. Thorhan or something.
Maybe the next anniversary. Wow, someone's talking about how amazing your reading was. So on the next anniversary, maybe we do that again, some more contact.
Oh yeah.
So if you're watching, collect your contact videos, and Jermaine and Dab will make a new contact folder, and we'll go for it.
But look,
one more game.
Let me do the little thing, because I don't know you getting tired, or I don't know how long we've been up here.
I don't know.
An hour and 25 minutes.
Oh, we got a lot of time. Come on. So
actually, no, we don't.
What do you mean? No, we don't.
Actually, no, we don't.
Do I need to go live on my ship?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go do a shuttle ride.
No, a live.
Okay,
not a shuttle ride.
A shuttle ride.
Yeah, so we're gonna teleport to the Conscious War. So get the link to your access to the teleporter or the wormhole Stargate access codes. Because we're gonna be at hyperspace, because we're gonna be jumping in.
God.
Damn, I need to jump in about less than 30 minutes. Are you about to close down?
I'll tell you to get you some more of that, whatever you using to jump around, man. Shoot. Warp speed right now.
Yeah. I gotta go think of some topics then. 6 topics.
I know, because you didn't have any for me all of a sudden. But anyway.
I'm freestyling. I'm just freestyling. You know, like rap and they freestyle. I can do that too.
See, now I see why you do all these bullet points. Because you break dancing.
Yeah, niggas know where the fuck I'm at.
While he's breakdancing, listening to music, he's doing like 6 things at once, like doing this. Like
multitasking, master.
Hey, what's this thing called? What's that?
What?
I don't know. I remember what pop locking. Oh yeah, can you pop lock?
No, I was dancing to Bleach music. That's what I was doing.
But I'm asking you, can you pop lock? Are you not an
No. I need some Bleach music. If I might can bring it in, because I did do it by myself, so I might be learning it. But I'm dancing to Bleach music.
Please, in the chat, let us know how you feel about the dances that Jermaine has done.
On this battle in the Conscious War.
What new moves would you like him to make? Would you like him to pop lock, electric boogaloo, you should do the Pee Wee Herman and Retreat.
Pee Wee Herman.
What? James Rink and him on there, and have them do it.
Pop lock good.
All right. Well, you guys, you have a good night. Check us out on the Consciousness War and the Women Are the Stars group.
Less than 30 minutes.
Less than 30 minutes, you heard it. So get your pizza and get ready.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun. Old school. I think before we go, we got to do this one again. We got to go back to share the screen.
Did you put the donation links and all the other shit?
Don't
found out.
Fuck around and find out.
Don't find out. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You see,
fucking around and find out. I like that video.
I love
funny shit.
Yo, I love that video.
I love that. The intro on this. This is amazing, man. You did some good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.